Good morning, students. We will discuss today about socialism. Introduction to socialism. Socialism, social and economic doctrine that calls for public rather than private ownership or control of property, and natural resources. According to the socialist view, individuals do not live or work in isolation but live in cooperation with one another. Objectives of this topic of socialism: first, eliminate. Eliminate two types: disease and ignorance. Property, disease, and ignorance shall be eliminated. Next, limit property privilege. Property and privilege in any form shall occupy and strictly limited place. Enrichment, ethical, spiritual. Ethical and spiritual values shall contribute to the enrichment of the individual and communal life. Last one is all citizens are equal. All citizens shall have equal opportunity. Next, socialism core beliefs. First point is public ownership. A socialist economy is categorized by public ownership of the mean of production and distribution. There is collective ownership whereby all mines, farms, factories, financial institutions, distributing agencies, means of transport, and communication are owned, controlled, and regulated by government departments and state corporations. A small private sector also exists in the form of small businesses units which are carried on in the village by local artists for local consumption. And second point is central planning. A socialistic economy is centrally planned with operate under the supervision of a central planning authority. It lays down the various objectives and targets to be accomplished during the plan period. Central economic planning means the making of major economic decisions such as type of goods and quantity is to be produced, how, when, and where it is to be produced, and to whom it is to be allocated by the concise decision of a determinate authority on the basis of a wide ranging survey of the economic system as a whole. The Central Planning Authority establish and utilize the economic resources by deliberate direction and control of the economy, of attaining definite objectives and target, and down in the plan during a specified period of time. Definite objective is the third point. Social economic objective is a defined objective. A socialistic economy functions within defined social economic objectives. These objectives may concern aggregate demand, full employment, satisfaction of communal demand, a- allocation of factor of production, distribution of the national income, the amount of capital accumulation, economic development. To accomplish these objectives laid down in the plan, properties and client targets are fixed to include all features of the economy. And the fourth is freedom of consumption. In socialist ideology, consumers' independence infers that production in state owned industries is generally governed by the inclination of consumers, and the available merchandise are distributed to the consumers at fixed prices through the state run department store. Custom- Consumers' autonomy under socialism is limited to the choice of socially beneficial commodities. And the fifth one is equality of income distribution. In a socialistic economy, there is a great equality of income distribution as compared with a free market economy. The removal of private ownership in the means of production, private capital accumulation, and profit motive under socialism avert the accrual of large wealth of a few wealthy persons. The unearned income in the form of rent, interest, and profit go to the state which utilize them in providing free education, public health facilities, and social security to the pupil. As far as wages and salaries are concerned, most modern socialistic do not aim at complete and rigid equality. It is now generally understood that the maintenance offered choice of occupation impies wage differentials. And last sixth point is planning and price control. Planning and the pricing process under socialism ideology does not operate freely, but workers under the control and regulation of the Central Planning Authority. There are administrated prices fixed by the Central Planning Authority. There are also the market prices at which consumer goods are sold. There are also the according price on the basis of which the managers decide about the production of consumer goods and investment goods, and also about the choice of production producers. And next is merits of socialist ideology. There are numerous advantages of socialist ideology in society. Professor Sachum Peter started many arguments to support socialism. These are the merits of social ideology. Greater economic efficiency. First is greater economic efficiency. Economic efficiency under socialism is more than under capitalism. The mean of production are controlled and regulated by the Central Planning Authority towards chosen end. The Central Planning Authority makes through survey of resources and utilize them in the most effectual manner. Increased productivity is protected by avoiding the wastes of competition and by undertaking expensive research and production processes in a synchronized manner. Economic efficiency is also attained by utilizing resources in producing socially useful goods and services which satisfy the basic wants of the people like cheap food, cloth, and housing. Second merit is greater welfare due to less inequality of income. Greater economic efficiency, welfare due to less inequality is socialistic economy. There is less disparity of income as compared with the capitalist economy. Because of the absence of private ownership of the means of production, private capital accumulation, and private profit, all people work for the welfare of the state and each is paid his salary according to his ability. Education and training all ranks, interest, and profit from various various sources go to the state which spends them for public welfare in providing free education, cheap and congenial housing, free public health, amenities, and social security to the people. Absence. Third one is absence of monopolistic practices. Major benefit of socialism is that it is free from monopolistic practices to be found in a capitalist society. Since under socialism, all means of production are owned by the state, both competition and domination are dis- disregarded. The muse, misuse by the monopolitics is absent. Instead of private monopoly. There is the state monopoly of the productive system, but this is operated for the welfare of the people. In the state on factories, socially useful commodities are produced which are of high quality and are also reasonably assessed. And fourth one is absence of business fluctuations. Absence of business fluctuation, a socialistic economy is free from business instability. There is economic stability because production and consumption of goods and services are regulated by the Central Planning Authority in accordance with the objectives, targets, and priorities of the plan. Therefore, there is neither overproduction or jobless and demerits of socialism ideology. A socialistic economy has also certain drawbacks. First is loss of consumers' sover- sovereignty. There is loss of consumers' dominion in a socialistic economy. Consumers do not have a liberty to buy whatever commodity that they want. They can consume only those commodities which are available in department store. Often the quantities which they can buy are fixed by the state. Second demerit is no freedom of occupation. No freedom of occupation. Consumers do not have freedom of choosing profession in such a society. Every person is provided job by the state, but he cannot leave or change it. Even the place of work is allotted by the state. All occupational movements are authorized by the state. Misallocation of resources. Under socialism, there is random allocation of resources. The Central Planning Authority often commits mistakes in resource allocation because the entire work is done on trial and error basis. Fourth one is bureaucratic. Bureaucratic, a socialistic economy is a bureaucratic economy. It is operated like a machine, so it does not offer the necessary initiative to the people to work hard. People work under pressure and fear of higher authorities and not for any personal gain or self interest. There is no uncertainty that a socialistic economy is better than a capitalist economy because of its awesome merits, but it is disliked for the loss of political, economic, and personal autonomy. And types of socialism. First, Many types of socialism. First of all, we discuss about first topic, democratic socialism. Democratic socialism, it promotes socialism is an economic principle, means of production should be under control of ordinary working people, and democracy as a governing principle. Political power should be in the hand of the people democratically through a cooperative commonwealth or republic. Reformist socialism believes in socialism through the ballot, ballot box and thus accepts basic liberal democratic principles such as consent, constitutionalism, and party competition. Thus, ideology attempts to bring about socialism through peaceable democratic means as opposed to violent ignorance and represents the reformistic tradition of socialism. It is similar to social democracy. This refers to an ideology that is more centristic and supports a broadly capitalist system with some social reforms, such as the welfare state, intended to make it more impartial and humane. Democratic socialism, by contrast, suggests an ideology that is more left wing and supportive of a fully socialist system established either by gradually reforming capitalism from within or by some form of radical transformation. Revolutionary socialism. Second point is revolutionary socialism. This type of ideology advocates the the need for central social change through revolution or then insurgence instead of gradual reform as a strategy to encompass a socialistic society. Revolutionary socialism reflected in the communist tradition holds that socialism can only be initiated by the revolutionary overthrow of the existing political and social system. It is based upon the belief that the existing state structures are incurable, linked to capitalism and the interests of the ruling class. The Third International, which was founded following the Russian Revolution of 1917, described itself in terms of revolutionary socialism, but also became broadly identified that communism, Trotskyism, Trotskyism is the theory of revolutionary socialism. as supported by Leon Trotsky, Trotsky, 1879 to 1940, starting the need for an international grassroots revolution rather than Stalin's socialism in one country, and firm supported for a factual distrustship of the proletariat based on democratic philosophies. Luxembourg is another revolutionary socialistic tradition based on the writings of Rosa Luxemburg (1970 to 1990). It is similar to Trotskyism in its opposition to the totalitarianism of Stalin, while correctingly avoiding the reformist politics of modern social democracy. Next is utopian socialism. It described the first currents of modern socialistic thought in the beginning of the 19th century. Generally, it was used by later socialistic philosophers to define early socialistic or quasi-socialistic scholar who created hypothetical vision of perfect ele- eg- egalitarian and communist societies without actually concerning themselves with the manner in which these socialists can be created and sustained. They preclude all political and especially all revolutionary action and wanted to attain their ends by peaceful means and small experiments which move more are practical socialistics like Karl Marx as necessarily doomed to failure. But the early theoretical work of philosophers such as Robert Owen (1771 to 1858), Charles Fourier (1772 to 1837), and Etienne Cabot (1788 to 1856) gave more push to later socialistic movements. Next is libertarian socialism. This type of socialism ideology has aimed to create a society without political, economic, or social hierarchies in which every person would have free, equal access to tools of information and production. This would be attained through the eradication of authoritarian institutions and private property. So that direct control of the means of production and resources will be gained by the working class and society as a whole. Most libertarian socialists support abolishing the state altogether, in much the same way as utopian socialistic and many varieties of enrich. And next is market socialism. Market socialism, this ideology ele- elucidated an economic system in which there is a market economy directed and guided by the socialistic planners, and where prices would be set through that an error making adjustment as shortage and surprises occur instead of relying on a free price mechanism. By contrast, a socialistic market economy, such as that practiced in the People's Republic of China, in one where major industries are owned by state entities but compete with each other within a pricing system set by the market, and the state does not routinely interfere in the setting of prices. Next is eco-socialism. It is a philosophy amalgamating abstract accepts of Marxism, socialism, green politics, ecology, and the anti-globalization movement. They promote the non-violent dismantling of capitalism and the state, focusing on collective ownership of the means of production in order to elevate the social inclusion, exclusion, poverty, and environmental degradation brought by the capitalist system, globalization, and imperialism. Next topic is Christian socialism. It denotes to those on the Christian left whose politics are both Christian and socialistic, and who visualized these two things as being interconnected. Christian socialists draw parallels between what some have characterized as the Christian socialism, characterized as the egalitarian and anti-establishment messages, or Jesus and the messages of modern socialism. Scientific socialism. It undertakes a scientific investigation of historical and social development, which in the form of Marxism purpose, not that socialism should replace capitalism, but forecasts that it inevitably would replace capitalism. Next is fundamentalist socialism. This ideology aims to abolish and replace the capitalist system, observing socialism as quantitatively different from capitalism. Fundamentalist socialists such as market, Marxists and communists generally associated socialism with common ownership of some forms. And last type of socialism is revisionist socialism. This ideology believes in reform, looking to reach an accommodation between the efficiency of the market and the enduring moral vision of socialism. This is most clearly articulated in social democracy. The moral power of socialism originate not from its concern with what people are like, but what they have the capacity to become. This has led socialists to develop utopian vision of a better society in which human beings can attain sincerely emancipation and fulfillment as members of a community. In this regard, socialism is intended to persist because it serves as a reminder that human development can extend it beyond market individualism. So finally, is socialism is a socialism is a describes any political or economic theory that says the community rather than individuals should own and manage property and natural resources. The term socialism has been applied to very different economic and political systems throughout history, including utopianism, Archaism, Soviet communism, and social democracy. These systems vary widely in structure, but they share an opposition to an unrestricted market economy and the belief that public ownership of the mean of production and making money will lead to better distribution of wealth and a more elegant society. The intellectual roots of socialism go back at least as far as ancient Greek time, when the philosopher Plato despited a type of collective society in his dialogue Republic. In 16th century England, Thomas More drew on Platonic ideals for his Utopia, and Imaginary Iceland, where money has been abolished and people live and work communally. In the late 18th century, the invention of the steam engine powered the Industrial Revolution, which brought sweeping economic and social change, first to Great Britain, then to the rest of the world. Factory owners become wealthy, while many workers lived in increasing poverty, laboring for long hours under difficult and sometimes dangerous dangerous conditions. And this is the socialism. References. References are These are the references of this topic. And practice multiple choice questions. Questions on socialism. First question is: social expectations are made clear and enforced on the cultural level, community level, society level, nation level. Answer is culture level. Second question is: an equal ability of all peoples to participate in educational system is called first universal access, communication, technology, modernization. What is the answer? Answer is universal access. And next is Durkheim. Durkheim saw religion as a source of social structure, social change, social stability, and social belief. Answer is social stability. An economic policy. Next question is: an economic policy based on collecting silver and gold by controlling colonial and foreign markets through taxes is called first is capitalism, colonialism, mercantilism, or slavery. Answer is mercantilism is the answer of this question. Next is Information society is also known as post-industrial society, industrial society, feudal society, agricultural society. What is the answer? Answer is post-industrial society. Next, colonies were established to secure first people, society, markets, nations. Answer of this question is markets. Next question is films are unified for societies, peoples, population, culture. What types of films are unified? Answer is societies. Societies are the answer of this question. Which and next question is which group plays most crucial role in life? Primary group, secondary group, tertiary group, and quaternary group. Which group plays most crucial role in life? The answer is primary group. Primary group is the crucial role in life. Next question is theory creates a testable proportion about culture, people, society, traditions. This theory creates a testable proposition about society. The answer is this question is society. And next question is a class system is based on social factor, individual achievement, social groups, and A and B. Answer is A and B. It means social factor and individual achievement is the answer of this question. That's all about socialism. Thank you.